My first price target for Turbo in 2025 is 15 cents. And of course, that's all financial advice, and also that's not a guarantee. However, the reason why is because I believe that Turbo is a very special meme coin. After all, it's a meme coin created by AI. However, with that being said though, I don't necessarily consider it some sort of like revolutionary AI project because after all, again, it is just a meme coin created by AI. Now, some people may think that's kind of gimmicky or like, oh wow, that's kind of trash. But no, I disagree because you take a look at, how there's so many meme coins out there, but a lot of them, they just kind of feel like they don't really have any differentiating factor. It's like, all right, cool, another meme coin. All right. But then when there's something, again, created by AI, especially a meme coin, that's amazing. That just really creates a unique selling point. And again, right, what better way to combine the hype for AI and meme coins other than Turbo? At least that's just the way I take a look at it. I think it's genius. But yeah, besides that point, exposure when it comes to Turbo is also fantastic. It's listed in over 10 major exchanges. Not to mention, it recently got listed in Binance and KuCoin. And I actually talked about this in a previous video. But even besides that, you got to consider how Binance, there's over 200 million users. So that's insane. You take a look at KuCoin. That's one of the biggest exchanges out there. And you have to take into consideration why something like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin were so popular in the first place. It's because they were listed in so many major exchanges. People can't believe in something that they don't know exists. If you really think about it, is it possible for someone to know Dogecoin or Shiba Inu if they don't even know what it is? No, right? So what is a way to gain attention, gain a stronger community? Again, that's by being listed in a lot of major exchanges. When it comes to Turbo, sure, is it as impressive as like a Shiba Inu or Dogecoin in terms of its exposure? No, but it's heading up there, right? Again, it's listed in over 10 major exchanges, and I really love that. Now, not to mention, when it comes to Turbo, it has easy to understand tokenomics. Now, what do I mean by this? We see a lot of meme coins out there. The tokenomics, or should I say, the supply is just insane. I mean, it's like, oh man, you take a look at it, there's so many zeros. You try to take a look at the price, and then it's like, oh, it's 18 millions of a dollar. It's like, what? No one's really going to even look that up, man. I mean, they're just counting zeros at that point. It gets confusing. It's like, oh man, that's a complete nightmare. But when you take a look at Turbo, that's not the case, right? It's very realistic for it to hypothetically, let's say, go to the price of like 15 cents, 20 cents, because the supply isn't insane, if that makes sense. The way I take a look at it is that Turbo kind of learned from the past mistakes of other meme coins having a crazy supply. Yeah, so I really love that when it comes to it. Now, not to mention, right, when you take a look at a lot of meme coins out there, they're primarily like these dog theme meme coins, also cat theme meme coins are beginning to pop up. And there's actually nothing necessarily wrong with them because I am bullish on some of them. But it just kind of feels like it's a little bit too much salt at this point, right? Salt is good, but then if you put too much, it just kind of tastes a little bit weird. That's what I feel like about a lot of other, meme coins out there. Just like, oh man, it just kind of feels a little bit caca because it just kind of feels like the same thing. But when it comes to Turbo, it's very different. And again, it's very unique. Now, not to mention, right, when it comes to Turbo, it does not necessarily need to be like the next Shiba Inu or Dogecoin, for instance. Some people like to say that, oh, wow, if it doesn't become like the next SHIB or the next Doge, it's a complete failure. No, I disagree. Even as my first price target, as like basically worst case scenario, again, at the price of 15 cents, that right there is still around a 30x from here. So yeah, it's not bad. I don't know anyone would complain about that, to be honest. Now, that's not financial advice, but I think that if anything showcases that, Turbo doesn't need to reach a SHIB or a Doge level, because keep in mind, Doge at one point reached over 80 billion, SHIB at one point reached around 40 billion, and Turbo at the price of 15 cents, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be nearly $10 billion. So yeah, that's like basically 25% of SHIB, way less than Doge. Come on, man. I mean, this isn't too much to ask for, in my opinion. Showcases that even reaching way lower than SHIB and Doge, the hypothetical upside is still, potentially very amazing. So yeah, that's what I really love about it. And again, the hype for meme coins is going to jump back in, especially when the crypto space pops off. Also, when it comes to AI, there's a lot of hype, but I think the hype could be better. And some of it did die down, I would say. But again, I think it's going to come back again. So when that does happen, also when the hype for meme coins jumps back in again, guess who's going to be there to catch the wave? It's going to be something like Turbo. So again, at the price of 15 cents, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever as my first case, price target, I should say, or first price target. And now, my second price target for Turbo is 20 cents. And some people may disagree with me because they think, okay, this is kind of crazy. It's a little bit too much. But no, I disagree because if let's say it were to go to the price of 20 cents, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $13 billion. Yeah, it's not too much to ask for. Just like I mentioned earlier on the video, we've seen, SHIB reach around 40 billion. We've seen Doge reach over 80 billion. So yeah, it isn't crazy, right? That's the way to take a look at it. And in my opinion, Turbo is a lot more revolutionary than a SHIB or a Doge. Now, again, I don't think it's going to defeat it, but in my opinion, it's just more interesting. It's more cool. It's more fun. And that's what I really like about it. So I don't see why not. And not to mention, when it comes to Turbo, it's not necessarily supposed to have like the best use case out there. Some people out there may think that, oh, wow, you think it's going to go higher than a project with amazing fundamentals, all this type of stuff. But here's the thing. When it comes to meme coin, it's not based off of that, right? What is it based off of? Like being fun, being exciting, being enticing. And that's exactly what Turbo is. A very fun meme coin with a very passionate and strong community. So as a meme coin, it actually ticks all the boxes. As like a fundamentally amazing project, does it tick all the boxes? Absolutely not. But again, as a meme coin, it does tick all the boxes. So I think it could be something so special. And again, 20 cents during this bull run wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. Now, my next and final price target for Turbo, as everyone probably knows at this point, is 25 cents. Now, why is that the case? It's because even though the sentiment may not be the greatest as of right now, when it comes to the crypto space in general, I think that in the future, it could look so different. And there are many signs that could very well show why this is the case. Because you take a look at, for instance, as of right now, there's over 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research. So that's basically double the peak of the 2021 bull run. That's kind of insane. So all the FOMO we saw back then, could you imagine, again, the buying pressure, FOMO, it could be so amazing this time around. But it's going to take some time, though. But even besides that, you also take a look at the Ethereum ETF, the Bitcoin ETF, and also the amount of institutional and enterprise adoption, not only just for Bitcoin and Ethereum, but just the whole crypto space overall. You got to take that into consideration. I mean, this time around, it could look much better. Now, granted, did Bitcoin, reach a new all-time high this year? Yes. Did it have a major pullback? Of course. Now it's having a little bit of a decent recovery, I would say. Again, a little bit of a pullback. But even besides that, I think better days are ahead. Because just imagine, as Bitcoin goes to the price of 100,000, 150,000, could you imagine what happens to a meme coin, for instance, much like Turbo? Man, the sky could really be the limit. So at that point, 25 cents, I don't see why not. Now, it's not going to happen like overnight, though. And this actually brings me to my point as to why I titled this video, 2025 price targets. It's because usually, as a worst-case scenario, altcoins, they've been known to peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, that would, of course, mean around October of 2025, because the last Bitcoin halving event did happen back in April. Now, granted, could it happen sooner? Yes, but you never truly know. And also, on top of that, this is based off of history. I get it. History doesn't always repeat itself. However, it does tend to rhyme. So even if I base it as a worst-case scenario, that's nearing the end of 2025, it's actually not so bad because it's just basically a year from right now. So why is that too long, right? If someone's been waiting for like ages, this doesn't really seem that bad. And despite however long it takes, what strategy am I going to continue to do? That is dollar cost averaging. So anytime I earn income, I'm going to be acquiring, holding, and just waiting. That's it. I am not a day trader. I don't use leverage. I don't swing trade. I don't do any of that type of stuff whatsoever. Again, I just like to keep things simple. And again, Turbo at the price of 25 cents during this bull run wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I think this bull run could be that amazing. And I think Turbo is also a very amazing project. So I really can't wait. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.